Alright everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the F123 Driver Crema with Ferrari. This is episode number 39 today for the Austrian Grand Prix of Season 3. If you missed the previous episode at Canada, I recommend going to check on that before seeing this one. Now you may notice on screen that there's been a change of livery back to the one we had in the first episode at Jeddah. That's unfortunate because there's been a patch update and they've reverted the Ferrari, and the paint file does not like the Las Vegas Ferrari, which is unfortunate. That previous episode at Canada, though, does give us a 11-point lead over our teammate Carlos Sainz, who was running away at the start of the season, is now has a deficit since his home race. R&D, we're putting on a few engine upgrades. We're going to put a gearbox durability upgrade. We're also going to put a fuel efficiency upgrade on as well. That's going to come in for Britain. Rain is also coming to play a factor for the third race in a row at the end, although it is coming a bit earlier than in Canada. Moving to R&D, we have brought an upgrade into this race. I think it's only the I don't know if it's only the durability upgrade though. I'm not quite sure. McLaren have also brought an upgrade, as have the two teams at the bottom who are trader places, AlphaTauri again on top of Alfa Romeo. But Williams have also brought an upgrade that brings them a lot closer to Mercedes, so have yet to brought an upgrade this entire season. So you know, the AI need to get to a point where they need to start upgrading their HQ facilities. I presume that's why they haven't brought an upgrade for a while, so they're maxed out on a particular car or something. I don't know, but anyway, so we move into qualifying, starting off with the main event, the title. Just going along as you know, Sunday drive, and we get crashed into the back of, and it gives us a 5-place penalty, and it's our former teammate Kevin Magnussen who's done it. Here's a replay, so he just carries on like we're not there. I'm not entirely sure really if that's my fault or not, but I'm just driving, trying to get out of the way of the car. You can see there's a lot of cars coming. That both there's a Red Bull, Aston Martin, both Red Bulls actually coming through. But anyway, there was more shenanigans at the end of qualifying as well, as there's a bit of a kerfuffle between Russell and Sainz and Alfa Romeo. We let actually Sainz and the Alfa Romeo back through because I wanted to get a slipstream as well. Now we can get DRS out and move up the hill through to the fake turn 2 up to turn 3. We're a tenth of a minute down on Sainz. Russell's gone P2, but we will look to, of course, try and get back on the front row. He did an extra run, so he's got one less set of soft tyres going into the race. Obviously, I always save a set of soft tyres. Sainz still being held up by the Alfa Romeo there. So we go into the middle sector, and this is the part where I've been fastest compared to Sainz and everyone else. So Verstappen now is on the front row, but we have set a purple middle sector as everyone is now improving. We really need this lap to be good. I think Sainz is going to be still on pole because he did have a half a tenth difference from the first run compared to myself. 2 tenths up now. What we can do? Sainz still held up, and it is, I think, the front row. For us, it's going to be all Ferrari front row, but Sainz will have the edge over me as we go into the sprint then. Piastri P3, the Red Bull at their home circuit only 4th and 5th. They've got work to do, as have the two Mercedes, who disappointingly are only P7 and P8 in that Alpine sandwich. Bottas very disappointing in P10. So we'll see what we can do. Time for the sprint.
Forget pit stops, forget fuel management. It's pedal to the metal all the way here as we get ready for today's sprint.
So we are down the grid. Race strategy is going to be the soft and not the medium. I think that's what everyone else is probably going to be going with as well. Not Piastri though. He starts medium. 5-foot lights for the sprint, the crucial where we could be starting, and away we go. And it's a horrible start for Carlos Sainz. We are going to take the lead down the inside and up into the P1 for the lead of the Austrian Grand Prix sprint. Verstappen also had not the best start as well. Perez balls alongside. Verstappen then still side by side between the two rebels. Verstappen gets the better traction out of turn 1. Stays ahead of his teammate, but Sainz is coming under pressure from Piastri there. Obviously he doesn't want to get stuck behind the McLaren, but Piastri right round the outside of turn 3. There's a luckily move from the Australian to move up into P2. That's not what Sainz wants, because obviously he'll be starting P2 as it stands, of course, but Sainz is going to come back at Piastri round the outside of turn 1, and he makes the move stick, and he's back up to P2 as the two Red Bulls now are going to start squabbling. Perez and Verstappen. Still Verstappen round the outside turn 4. Can he make this move stick? Not really, no. There's a bit of contact there, and that's going to allow Russell to have a go at Verstappen into turn 10. They go side by side into the final corner, but Verstappen sticks it round the outside and keeps the position for now, as that is Liam Lawson. He has had a Spinala and he's reversing out of the way, and then he crashes into a Williams as well. I mean, he should have waited there. So, because of that debris, there is a safety car as well, so that's going to bunch us up. But just so I was trying to sprint away from Sainz, it is going to be difficult, but this will allow us to save the tyres and should allow these soft tyres to get to the end. So we're going to take a wide line through the final corner and just ace it absolutely perfectly. Catch Sainz napping, and use a bit of the battery in it. He was just able to run away. No, we can't, because the control electronics have failed, and for the first time, I don't think I've ever seen this before, a mechanical failure in a sprint race. Well, we were having a penalty anyway, but now it's a whole lot worse, because we'll be starting from last place. Sainz will have pole position as well. He will try and run away. Again, we're on damage limitation, just like we were in Canada. Well, he did win that race, funny enough. Ever since, we had those 2 good races at Spain and Monaco when we dominated, and since then, we've been trying to play catch-up. We got lucky at Canada. I'm not sure we're going to get lucky here at Austria. So, yes. Piastri will be P2. I mean, we've got a penalty, so we might as well just take something. We've got to take a new control electronics, so that is really annoying. I'm going to take a few other things, but not an entirely fresh engine. It's going to be a new energy store, a new gearbox, and a new ICE. Those are the things that are the most worn. The others I'm going to leave for now.
It's race day in Spielberg for this year's Austrian Grand Prix. We are just a few moments away from lights out, and our drivers thinking about navigating the Niki Lauda curve, as it was renamed in 2019, in memory of one of Formula One's most beloved figures. 700 metres above sea level, 10 corners, and one of the shortest laps of the season. 2.6 miles, with some good overtaking opportunities, but you've got to get the braking right into turn 1 and turn 3. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. An immense lap from Carlos Sainz yesterday puts him in pole position, and Oscar Piastri completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Perez, Verstappen, Gasly, Bottas, Russell, Tsunoda, Norris, Hulkenberg, Ocon, Leclerc, Liam Lawson, Albon, Sargent, De Vries, Stroll, Magnussen, Joe, and Phoenix. And now it's time to head down to the track. And here, of course, is Anthony Davidson. Now, can I get your take on Max Verstappen? And we welcome Anthony Davidson to the commentary box once again. And this driver had a great win last time out. Can they carry that momentum into this one?
There are never any guarantees in this business, but certainly the performance last time out would have boosted their confidence coming into this one.
So here we are. Race strategy is going to be a one-stop. We're going to start on the mediums. We're going to go to the rain. I think we can make this work. It's going to come around lap 20 maybe. After lap 20. So, I think we can make it work on the mediums as well. As we get ready then for 5 red lights from last place on the grid for the Austrian Grand Prix. Where will we finish? Away we go. and it's actually a slow start. We don't want to lose our front wing. You know, it's very easy around Austria. It's a tight now. It can be tight at times, especially if you turn one as we go. Magnussen, of course. You know, I don't want to have a repeat of what happened in qualifying with him. You know, just playing a bit cautious, but we are going to dive it here and just send it because we got no brakes, and the brakes don't stop us at all on this game. So we're up to P13, and we made the positions work. You know, but you know, obviously everyone was too busy napping, and we just stormed down the inside. Lucky not to get any contact. Fortunately, Lawson pays attention and actually keeps us awake. Now we're on the back of Charles Leclerc, the man who was replaced at Ferrari, the man who is of course our rival in this series. It's going to be an easy send down the inside already. We set that move up early to get the position up to P12. We're making moves stick. Now we're looking at Esteban Ocon as well. Same lap, around the outside, turn 4. Will Esty Bestie give it the room? Yes, he will, round the outside. Can we use a bit of ERS? Yes, don't want to use too much obviously, but we are now up a position. As our teammate, as we feared, is running away with this on the soft tyres. Perez as well. The two Red Bulls are up. Perez and Verstappen, the second 2-3 at the moment. Piastri is on the mediums again, just like he was in the sprint. So he seems to prefer that tyre. We have made an overtake on Nico Hülkenberg in the Haas, and that's us up into the points already. Now dart down the inside on lap 4 on Yuki Tsunoda, and we're cutting through this field already. That is just how much dominance. It's like Verstappen through this field. As Verstappen, speaking of Verstappen, he's coming under threat from an Alpine. And that's, of course, the drivers ahead to go slowly there, as we're side by side already with Lando Norris. What can we do against the likes of Bottas, Gasly and Verstappen? They're 3 wide at turn 3. I did not want to get closer to that. Gasly's been forced out by Verstappen. We're going to use the traction and the bit of battery to try and get past. Verstappen's going to block Gasly off. I think Verstappen may have a bit front wing damage from that. And we're around the outside Verstappen and up to P6. Thank you very much. Next up will be Valtteri Bottas as well. But Verstappen, well, it's actually up the road. Here's Piastri getting back past George Russell. So I think there's been contact between Russell and Verstappen as well. We're going to get Valtteri Bottas at turn 3. Bottas, not the he's for Mercedes in that car, should be doing better, but Verstappen is definitely slowing down. He's got some slight damage, but he's been stubborn about it, not pitting. And Lando Norris down the inside turn 10 is just making an absolute meal of it, and he's up to P7. We have closed up finally to George Russell on lap 12. Round the outside turn 1, just about. Oh my goodness, we got that curb. Almost sent us round there. That's why we're lucky not to make contact with Russell there as the tyres start to go off, and you know there was ever so slight thing. It actually looked better off camera, but you know obviously that curb is now. Have a look down the inside turn 4. Piastri, can we make this move? Yes, he just about gives us enough space. We're up to P3. So it's 13, it's like Max Verstappen in real life, and that is Yuki Tsunoda. His Honda engine has given out, and he is, unfortunately for him, out of the race yet again for Aston Martin Honda as well. As we jump to lap 16, Carlos Sainz is in. The rain is coming though in about 5 laps, so he's moved on to a set of mediums, again the AI blindness, just like they did in Canada. We will take the lead, but we got Piastri being a nuisance. Running outside, he's going to give his DRS and the better traction out of turn 3, and we move up to retain the lead for now. But Piastri is coming in as well. What are you doing, Oscar? That's an L from McLaren and Piastri. It means everyone will have pit going up to the rain. And as the rain comes in, that is Kevin Magnussen, and after all his efforts in qualifying, he's out the race again. Now we've got our teammate Sainz is setting new fast lap of the Grand Prix. He is caught up to us. He's going to send it. Oh, there's contact at last. We knew this was coming. The contact that we knew was coming in this career mode has finally happened. We're lucky, both of us are lucky that it's not getting away. It's a racing incident. I'm trying to close the gap. That turn 1 is so tight. It's very hard to get 2 cars through there. Russell and I, almost ended off going off circuit earlier, as you saw there. But Sainz, a bit too much of a dive there potentially. There, Sainz is all over the back of us. He's got fresh medium tyres around the outside turn 5. Absolutely not having any of that. We're going to close the gap. Try and force him into Perez. Perez is coming, but not quickly enough. He's going to try and go around the outside turn 10. Absolutely not having any of that. It is starting to rain. You see droplets are on the screen, so we just got to hold on and hope. And this is crucial as well, because if we double stack, obviously Sainz will be held up if he's behind me. We don't want that. We need to make sure that we keep the position with the dart down the inside. Sainz will come again on lap 22. This time down the inside. We're going to try and brake late. Almost going off circuit because of the slippery track conditions. Not time for Intis yet. But we do. It is now time for Intis on lap 23. And my tyres have really had it. Sainz is staying out though. Is Perez coming in? He is. So Perez was closing up. This could be interesting. DRS is disabled, so it's the perfect timing to make the stop onto intermediates. 2.2 second stop, which is very good. I'll definitely take that. Russell and Sainz carried on, but they're going to lose a bit of time here, so this is good news for us. And there is Sainz, and he's nowhere near us. It might be closer to Perez. Perez is only 3 seconds behind. Considering the fact he was 10 seconds back, he has closed up. But Perez will come out just behind. And that is Verstappen. Verstappen has dropped all the way just in front of Charles Leclerc. Leclerc is in the points-paying position, but there is Stroll in the background. Stroll working his magic again. I must say, and that is Zhou Guan Yu. He has had a Spinala. No safety car this time, though, for the Haas driver. Is able to get going through the 3-point turn as well. Same can't be said. That is Logan Sargent. He has also had La Spinala as well. And the American driver, who's only known for finishing in last place in this series, nothing else as well. We're actually going to put Logan out of his misery by lapping him. He's the only driver to be mapped multiple times by me in a career mode. It's very rare that I actually get to lap multiple drivers, and he's holding up Sainz perfectly, because Sainz was actually coming back at me throughout the final couple of corners, but in the end, nothing doing there. And we're going to come through, ladies and gentlemen, to finish another 4th win in a row. Thank you very much. Not extend really because of the sprint race, but keep the lead of the championship as we head to our home Grand Prix and the halfway point of the season.
Well, what a drive that was to take the win for Ferrari today. What do you think it was, Ant, that gave them the edge over the competition today?
Well, they clearly have a car that comes alive in the kind of conditions we were dealing with today. It's a very balanced package in the wet, and what that means is that the drivers have confidence to attack, and having that confidence gets you on the power earlier, it lets you brake later, and can put you a long way up the road.
And here we are, a team that is no stranger to the podium, taking their place on top once again. A sublime race today, and a stunning win for Ferrari.
This is how Max Verstappen feels, winning every time. Now, to be fair, this is probably one of the better wins. We played the strategy perfectly today. I could not have wished for a better strategy. Mediums to winters. We knew that we had struggled at the end, but we kept Sainz behind at the crucial time. We knew that keeping Sainz behind would have been crucial. If he got ahead, then he had the power to double stack, and obviously we would have been affected by that. He did not have the same pace as us under the intermediates, although he did able to get as what on earth as that is on the left hand side. Gave me a heart attack when I saw that, but we have won the race from last on the grid. Yeah, that is some dominance. 4 race wins in a row, not the sprint win. I would have liked that. We would have got the sprint win. and possibly even more. The pace wasn't there. I don't think 106.4 Science had the fastest lap, which is why it's a 9-point advantage and not an 11.1 like we had in Canada. So we had fastest lap then. But to keep the advantage to 9 points, I'm happy with that. We still have the advantage. We've got the home Grand Prix coming up as well. In terms of everyone else, Verstappen had a poor race, so he is slipped further behind. And pacing back, it's a 2-horse race. Constructors is pretty much done. We might seal that next time else, very soon anyway. Rivalry, that's also done because Leclerc hasn't been that great, to be honest. I was expecting a bit better from him in the Alfa Romeo car. To score no points in 7 races this season. Even Alonso was scoring points in that car last season, but it's not worked out for him, that move to Alfa Romeo. So yeah, these past 2 races, the rain has helped us out. To be honest, we haven't had the outright pace compared to our teammate like we had at Monaco. Although to be fair, it was more Spain really, where we were the fastest ones. We had those back-to-back poles there. We were quick here, but not as quick as Sainz. Sainz was quick here. And if it was no rain, he would have won this race. The same with Canada, he would have won this race. So we have been lucky in the past 2 races. That luck is probably going to run out, and Sainz might steal the win away at my home Grand Prix, which would be such a shame. We were looking for 5 in a row. That episode will be out after Christmas, unfortunately, on possibly Boxing Day. Fingers crossed, if everything goes to plan. So yeah, if you have enjoyed this video, then leave a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, see plenty more F123 driver comment videos as and when they come out. Until the next video then, I'll see you next time. Take care, enjoy your day, and goodbye.